Hi, I'm David Schneider, your trusted estate planning attorney. Today we're speaking with Chris Housel of Housel Tax and Accounting. And Chris, I wanted to ask you, we see that there's all kinds of software to allow us to do our own taxes. I think the Super Bowl halftime show is presented by this. And lately I'm seeing commercials. IRS has their own program to prepare your tax return through the IRS. And I can't tell when should I be looking at that? Who is that appropriate for? When should we be looking elsewhere?
Well, yeah, and the IRS has actually had these, call them free file programs for a while now.
Okay.
And it's available to, it's generally based on income, and you have to be fairly low income in order to be able to use that free service.
Okay.
But it is free, and it can work for folks that, where it's an ultra simple situation where maybe they just have a W-2 and that's it. They're renters and they have one job, maybe two jobs, something super simple. That would be an ideal candidate for that free service.
So they don't have to then utilize one of the other software programs and they get bombarded by emails and solicitations and upgrade to this, that, the other thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but then moving from the government to the regular software, when is that appropriate?
Well, the most common off-the-shelf software that I'm sure most people have heard of is TurboTax.
Okay.
And TurboTax is probably the next rung in complexity. It can handle the next rung of complexity. If you've got a small business, maybe you're a sole proprietor, maybe you've got some rental property, it can handle those things. But as you and I have discussed before, the way that TurboTax in particular, and I think other software works, is it's sort of an interview process. So the software asks you questions, and based on your answers, it helps generate a tax return ultimately. And if you don't know the correct answer on how to respond to a question, you might get something wrong. You might miss something. So probably once you start feeling a little bit uncomfortable going through the interview process on a TurboTax software, something comparable, that might be your cue that you need to start talking to a CPA, a tax professional, someone that knows those specific answers.
It's physically impossible to know what you don't know.
Exactly.
If you don't understand the question, how can you possibly give the correct answer?
Right.
So then we come to that third step, and now they need to be speaking with a professional. And I will tell you that from my experiences, those people that have rental properties, investment properties, there's a lot of intricacy to that. A lot of things that are things that could be deducted, a lot of things that people think can be deducted that can't really be deducted. So it sounds to me like that's truly where the value lies in working with our professionals.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's got a great name to it. It rings off the top of the tongue, this software, but I don't think that this is in the majority of our best interests.
Yeah, agreed.
We've been speaking with Chris Housel of Housel Tax and Accounting. Chris, let everybody know how they can get a hold of you.
Sure. My website is www.houseltax.com.
And I'm David Schneider, your trusted estate planning attorney and trusted advisor. If you like this content, please click that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, check back for more fresh content. Thanks.